Aloha, I'm Ho'olai Andrade, founder of Pacifica Lending Group, and I have been blessed to be able to finance people's dreams here in Hawaii for over 15 years. I'm excited to bring my knowledge to you. Welcome to Mortgage Matters. In this episode, we are going to discuss common misconceptions that first-time homebuyers may have. The first misconception is your credit score. Many people aren't certain of what their credit score should be. People may think that their credit score is not good enough, and typically, if you've had a history of 3 trade lines, then I wouldn't worry so much about your score. What a trade line is are items of credit obligation, such as a car payment, credit card payment, a gas card, some kind of obligation that has appeared on your credit report in the past or currently as well. Don't count yourself out if you have a low credit score, because there are a lot of compensating factors that are taken into consideration when applying for a mortgage. Another misconception is whether or not you have a down payment. Many people feel or think that they need some kind of down payment in order to purchase a home. There are several products available, 100% financing, for example, or 1% down, 3.5% down, that is available to borrowers, first-time home buyers. Another misconception is whether or not you've had steady employment and worked long enough. Typically, we look for a 2-year work history, although you can get away with 1 year. It just depends on circumstances and the product that you're interested in. Lastly, the most common misconception is that people think it's cheaper to rent than own a home. You might be surprised in this market that owning a home could very well be cheaper than renting. The way the market is right now with the current rates and price points of homes, you may be surprised that you can own a home for less than you pay in rent. As you can see, there's a lot of misconceptions, so don't count yourself out. You may very well be ready to buy a home. The first step in pre-approval is to just give us a call. We can certainly meet with you in person, or we can work through email, phone, and fax. Here are the items you should be prepared for our first engagement. 2 years tax returns and W-2s, a month worth of pay stubs, 2 months bank statements, and your photo ID. Upon receipt of your information, we will pull a credit report, put all of the numbers into the system, and back into the amount that you qualify for. So once we've completed that step in the process, you might qualify for a number of different products, and that's where we'll sit down with you and talk story about your goals, what your comfort zone is, because you might qualify for more than you're willing to pay every month. We'll put all these products down on paper, look at them in number form, and then you can decide which product is best for you. Now that we know what you're pre-approved for, it's time to go shopping. The final step is to find a realtor if you haven't already. All right, so you're pre-approved and it's exciting. You're out there with a realtor looking for a home. Here's a couple of tips that you might want to consider as you do so. Property taxes and insurance, take those into consideration when you're looking at sales prices. Get an idea of what those property taxes are and what the insurance might cost you each year for this house, because in the end, your monthly payment will be inclusive of those items. It's really important to know what lava zones you're in. Here on the Big Island, we're so unique. We have a lava zone considered 1 and 2, and they're a little more costly in terms of rate and insurance than any other lava zones here on the island. So that's something to be considerate of when you're looking at price point. They might cost you a little less, but the insurance and or taxes might end up costing you more in the end. As you're working through this process, give us a call. Let us know what homes you're interested in. We'd be happy to run numbers for you on each of them so that you have a firm idea of what your transaction would look like in terms of costs, monthly payment, and down payment requirements if they exist. All right, so you found a house. It's exciting. Time to put an offer in, and we will work with your realtor to provide them a pre-approval or pre-qualification letter on your behalf to prove and confirm that you're qualified for the property you're interested in. We found you a home. Congratulations, you're in contract right now, and we're going to walk you through the financing process. There's things that you need to be aware of. Number 1, although it's very obvious, we need you to stay employed throughout the transaction. Secondly, keep your credit as it is. People get really excited about buying furniture. Don't do that so soon. And also, don't go canceling any credit cards that you don't use. Just maintain your credit as it is. Thirdly, if you've got funds in a bank account, savings or checking account, just leave them there. There's a lot of laws right now pertaining to movement of funds, and so if you move funds, it might become a paper trail nightmare for you. Lastly, if you're receiving gift funds from a family member, let us know so we can strategize moving the money from point A to point B. A gift fund is cash that a family member is willing to give you for the use of closing costs, down payment money, or maybe even liquidating some current debt that you need to get rid of to qualify. And again, let us know if that's taking place so we can help you through that process. All right, on our end, we start the loan process, and the first thing we will do is go through your documents that we have in the file and ask you for anything that might have expired. Be prepared through the transaction, as documents such as bank statements and pay stubs expire every 30 days. So you're likely to need to submit a couple more pay stubs or bank statements throughout the process. Once we have a full file, we will get your file registered with the lender, and most lenders these days will electronically send you disclosures through email that you'll have to sign and get the process rolling. Once those documents are signed, we'll move right into submitting the file for underwriting, ordering your appraisal once your home inspection is complete, and locking your loan in if you desire. Congratulations, we've received final approval at this stage and you're headed to closing to own your new home. The next step is to sign your loan documents. Allow for about an hour, stretch your fingers out, there's a lot of signing to do. Once you sign your loan documents, the lender takes about 24 hours to fund the loan, and then 2 business days must pass before the loan can record, which means close for you where you're handed your keys. Congratulations, you are now a homeowner, and thank you for allowing us to be a part of your transaction. I'm Ho'o Andrade with Pacific Isle Lending Group, and you are watching Mortgage Matters.